If you call this car JDM, you are completely wrong. Seriously, the entire internet uses this term incorrectly, and it's driving actual car enthusiasts insane. JDM doesn't just mean any Japanese car. It stands strictly for Japanese domestic market. That means the vehicle was built, spec'd, and sold inside the borders of Japan. If your car left the factory with the steering wheel on the left side, it is literally not JDM. It's USDM or Eurospec. Real JDM imports are built for right-hand drive. They feature quirky fender-mounted mirrors, and their speedometers legally have to stop at a tiny 180 kilometers per hour. But why are we so obsessed with them?
Is this a Supra? Oh my God, is this Supra in the back? Dude, is this a Supra? Wow! Is that a Supra? Dude, is it a Supra? Is that a Supra? Dude, is this a freaking Supra?
It all goes back to a massive, coordinated lie told by Japanese car companies in the late 1980s. In 1989, illegal street racing gangs like the infamous Midnight Club were taking over Tokyo's Bayside routes, and traffic fatalities were spiking. Fearing a massive government crackdown, the heads of Toyota, Nissan, and Honda met in secret. They shook hands on a pact known as the Gentleman's Agreement. The rule was simple: to prevent a speed war, no production car sold in Japan could advertise more than 276 horsepower. So the car companies just stopped making fast cars, right? Absolutely not. They just lied on the paperwork. This became the worst kept secret in automotive history. On paper, the legendary R34 GTR, or the twin-turbo Supra, claimed exactly 276 horsepower to keep the government happy. But the second you rolled those cars off the dealership floor and strapped them onto a dyno, they were secretly pushing 320 to 350 horsepower straight from the factory. The manufacturers built bulletproof, over-engineered race engines, detuned them with simple restrictors, and handed the keys to the public. And that accidental over-engineering is exactly what created modern tuner culture. Because these engines were structurally built to handle massive power, but restricted by tiny factory components, regular kids could spend a few $100 on a boost controller and a cheap exhaust, and instantly unlock 400 horsepower on stock internals. Then, the Western world caught wind. Video games like Gran Turismo and movies like The Fast and the Furious didn't just showcase these cars, they turned them into forbidden fruit. They introduced a generation of viewers to a world of highly tunable machinery that they literally were not allowed to buy in their home countries. Because these cars didn't meet foreign safety and emissions laws back in the 90s, countries like the US banned them entirely. But under the law, once a vehicle turns 25 years old, it becomes a classic, and the import ban completely vanishes. This created a ticking economic time bomb. The exact second these legendary chassis turned 25, global demand exploded, sending prices straight into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, if it isn't right-hand drive and built specifically for the streets of Tokyo, stop calling it JDM. Look, we are officially less than 40 subscribers away from the 1,000 sub finish line. Smash that subscribe button right now to join the channel, and drop a comment below. What is your ultimate dream JDM import?